Hi friends, this is Dr. Deepakarora here, and in continuation with our series on fear, today we are going to discuss about the victim's mentality or the victor's mindset. We have to make a self-assessment about ourselves. We have to see for ourselves, where are we right now? Are we behaving as a victim or a victor? Are we behaving as a loser or a winner? Are we pessimistic and negative with our life, or we are optimistic and positive? Where are we right now? If we are to draw a line, on one side of the line is the victim and on the other lies the victor, where exactly are we? Are we on the side of pain, or we are on the side of power and pleasure? First of all, we need to make an honest self-assessment of ourselves. We have to see the reality. The idea is not to hoodwink yourself, not to make lies to yourself. You have to be absolutely truthful, because your salvation, your freedom lies in the truth. After making an analysis, after making an introspection as to where you lie, you have to make certain changes in your life. Let me tell you friends, if this side is the victim and this side is the victor, most of us are lying somewhere in the middle, maybe slightly towards the left or slightly towards the right, but generally most of us are in the middle. Sometimes we are very excited to do a lot of things in our life. We are supercharged. We are going head on and achieving a lot of things. But at other times, we are slightly depressed. We do not have that much of energy. We do not have the courage, and we are all the time submissive and trying to think about things, trying to make up in our mind a lot of things, but not really acting and going for things. So in order to come to this side, we have to do certain things. And one of these things we need to do in order to turn from a victim to a victor. The first thing and the foremost thing which is required is to give up your old baggages. You are trying to go through the journey of life holding the two luggages in your hand. The two big briefcases are always there in your hands, and these briefcases are carrying guilt. They are carrying remorse. They are carrying your past failures, your past regrets, when you have not been approved by peers, by friends, by people, by your mentors. All those baggages you are carrying in your two hands, and your head is full of a picture which is carrying all the nervousness, all the tensions, all the anxieties of the past are there in this picture. You are trying to wade through your life carrying these heavy suitcases in both your hands. You have to get rid of these past conditionings of your life. The mental tapes you have been running in your mind in the past, they have to go. You have to shut up the old records. You have to shut the past, and you have to cut the future in order to live in the now. You have to be in the present. You have to be absolutely present in the now in order to catalyze a change. Because what is preventing you from making the movement is your past conditioning. Whatever has been done to you, whatever has happened to you, whatever tortures you have gone through mentally or physically in the past, maybe because of an alcoholic father or a mother who never cared about you, or maybe because of the environment you were in while you were young, or the schooling you had at that point of time wherein the education level was not up to the mark. and you are blaming, you are putting the blame onto all these circumstances or situations of the past for your present situation. You have to get out of the rut. You have to take ownership of what you are, where you are right now. The total ownership has to be unto your own self. You have to feel the sense of responsibility to what you are, where you are right now, even though you may not be 100% responsible for the present circumstances, but still you have to believe, you have to say to yourself that yes, it is because of what I did in the past that I am having this kind of life around myself. And my dear friends, in order to make a change in your present circumstances, there is one thing and only one person who can make this change, and that is you and only you. For the things around you to change, you must change. You have to be the change what you want to see in the world around you. This is what Mahatma Gandhi said. And he actually lived that life. And by living that life, he turned from a victim to a victor's mentality. He changed his mindset altogether. He turned from a loser to a winner. He left the moan and the groan club, and he became a part of the mature and the grown-up club. And that is what, my friends, you need to do. You have to shun the baggages of the past, and you have to take full, complete, absolute responsibility for all your actions and reactions and your behaviors and your habits of the past. Now, once you have made the realization and you've seen where you are right now, you have to make a circumspection, an observation of all your actions of the past. You have to see, are you making the progress on the daily basis or not? This is not an overnight process. It's not going to happen in an instant. It's not going to come as a eureka to you. It's gonna take time. Many a times you will go back to the victim's mindset. But again, you have to become aware where you are going, and you have to create the life of your dreams, of your choice, of your wants. Then there is a certain phraseology, there is a certain linguistics you have to change in order to effect a change in your mentality. The set of linguistics which you have been using in the past, that has been very negative, that has been very sickening. So there are certain phrases like, I am too old, I am too sick, I am too weak, I am too thin, I am too young. These are the phrases which stop you right before the beginning. Your physiology takes a dip. You do not know what to do. You are in a fix there and then. You can't make the next motion. You can't take the next step because you are held up. Henry Ford has rightly said, if you think you can or if you think you can't, you are right. And that's a fact of life. You will see that for us to make a transition, we have to change from I can't to I can philosophy. The impossible has to change from impossible to I am possible. And everything is possible. If Colonel Sanders had not thought at that age, at the age of 60, that he can give something to the world would have been deprived of the KFCs. Today, it's a transcontinental organization. It is all because of the ideology of Colonel Sanders, who thought at that point of time when he had retired from the army that yes, I have some gift within me. I have something which I can give to the world outside. I have those recipes within me which I would like to share with the rest of the humanity. and he went from door to door at that age, and he turned his victim's mindset into a victor's mindset. And they were appreciated, and gradually that organization grew so big that now you can find a KFC in just about every nook and corner of this earth. So man, you have to change your terminology. You have to say, I could do this. Could does not produce any guilt. For every action you are doing, there you have a choice. You are in command. You can decide to do whatever you want to do at this point of time. But if you say, I could do this, it makes you controlled. But when you say, I should be doing this, then that produces guilt. That produces self-pity. That produces regret. That produces remorse. You are no longer controlling yourself. You are no longer in charge. And these are the words which should be avoided from your phraseology. There's certain other words like, I hope this will happen. Look at the change in your muscle tone. Look at the change in your voice the moment you say, I hope I'll get a job. On the contrary, change it from I hope to I know I will get the job. See the level of confidence, the energy, how the self-esteem shoots up the moment you say, I am going to get the job. I know I'll get it at all costs. I'm going to find it out. I'm going to find out something for myself which suits my temperament, which suits my skills, and I'm certainly going to do it. How much reassurance is there? How much of calm is there? How much of peace is there when you say, I know I'm going to get it? Words like, it's terrible, they take the energy out of you. The positive mindset you have, that goes away in an instant the moment you say, it's terrible. On the contrary, say, it's an opportunity for me. And once you consider it as an opportunity to progress, to grow, the mentality changes altogether. You turn from a victim to a victor in that very instant when you find some opportunity in that terrible thing. When you find something in that mistake you have made, then you turn it, you grow it into an opportunity. And mind you friends, opportunity plus hard work is equal to good luck. The victor knows it very well that he needs to work hard, he has to take massive action, he has to change his rituals, and he has to encash upon that opportunity. It is very rightly said that not to have opportunity is not a problem, but to be prepared for an opportunity all the time is what is paramount and what is most important in order to encash any opportunity that comes your way. So preparation is the key, my dear friends. And other phrase which we have been using very often is, it's going to be a big disaster. When you say something like this, that it's going to be a disaster, what happens to your subconscious mind? Your subconscious mind registers you as weak. It says you are incompetent. It says you are inefficient. It says you do not have the sufficient amount of courage, the energy, the skills, the talents. Everything it starts to belittle yourself. Because what you say to yourself, your subconscious mind regards it as truth. Whatever you're feeling is not important. Whatever you are saying is more important to your subconscious mind. Suppose you say, I can't go for a job. Your subconscious mind is going to register it as he is not capable of going to a job. On the contrary, you know the reality that you have to prepare for a presentation tonight. Tomorrow morning you have to go for a presentation and you need to charge yourself. You need to take a bath, you need to wash, you need to prepare it once again, rehearse it once again. If you go for a jog, you lose the time and you lose the temperament for giving the presentation. That's why you have decided not to go for a job. It has been your decision. You are in charge. You have to give your subconscious mind signals over and over again that you are the conqueror. You are the commander-in-chief of your life. You are the master of your fate and you are the captain of your soul. In order to make this shift, in order to turn yourself from a loser to a winner, you have to give your subconscious mind these signals over and over again. And let me tell you, friends, by changing your terminology, by changing your dictionary of words, by changing your linguistics, by changing your nomenclature, you can make a transition. But this transition is going to be a slow and steady process. And you do not have to give it up immediately. You have to be steadfast. You have to be patient with yourself and never be guilty of what you have done in the past. You must have complete self-acceptance. You must have complete self-love for yourself all through. And at the same time, you must learn to forgive and forget others. If you cannot forgive others, you cannot move on to the next level, because you will stay stuck with those very thoughts which are going to bring you down onto doing less and less, and your energy will be dissipated into bringing the other people down rather than moving yourself up onto the next level. So you have to make this transition in a voluntary way. You have to start doing it right now, in the present moment. You have to be present here, right in the moment. And as you move on to the next level, you'll see that the fear is there, but you have more capability to face that fear now. As you are rising up the higher echelons of your profession or of your health, you will see that your energy will come back to you and your mindset will take a change. You'll see that, suppose, let's say, a lady who is being troubled by her in-laws. She thinks of making a rebellion against those in-laws and against that husband who has been physically and mentally abusing her, but all through she has been behaving like a victim. She thinks that to create a fuss out of this would be really jeopardizing herself, and she would be putting herself into danger once she rebels against her in-laws. But when she actually does it, she finds that it was so easy. There was only two decisions she had to take. Either she had to stay with them or they had to mend their ways. And once they were told that you need to mend your ways, she turned from a victim to a victor, and they became normal human beings. They started treating her at par with themselves, and herein the transition started to come. Whatever arena is it, my dear friends, whether it is your health, whether it is your wealth, you have to take charge of yourself. Suppose you're in a bad shape, you have to take responsibility, you have to take ownership, you have to tell yourself that yes, it was you and you alone who has brought you to the present state. Because I was not eating well, because I was not sleeping well, because I was not exercising, I am in this poor shape, or I'm bedridden, or I'm hospitalized. Because I had not been honing my skills, I was chucked out of my job. It's not the peers who were responsible, it was not the superiors who were responsible, it was not the economic scenario, it was not the weather, it was not the government, it was me myself. I have to claim ownership. I am the cause of everything what has happened to me so far ever in my life. I have to believe it. Hardcore belief has to be there about it, and then we should make no fuss about it. Only then this transition from a victim's mindset to a victor's mindset is possible. Otherwise, we will stay stuck right in the middle, sometimes moving ahead with our lives, at other times we would always stay in that mediocre level. And you know, my dear friends, there is nothing wrong with mediocrity, but it gives you a lot of sleepless nights. Once you are not doing things you are capable of doing, once you are not putting energy into your life, what dreams, what aspirations you want to have, what ambitions you have in your life, once you are not accomplishing them, then probably you are merely existing. You are not living this life, my dear friends. You are not thriving in this life. And there is no fun in such a life. So decide today, decide in the now, that I have to be a part of the grown-up club. I have to mature myself and I have to graduate from the victim's mentality to the victor's mindset. And it's not at all difficult. It is very much achievable. You must make the start right now in the present moment, and the victory will be yours.